According to the Little Couple star, he will marry his secret sweetheart. Emma is his girlfriend. Will Klein's sister and parents be overjoyed? I'll tell you all about it. Greetings to everybody, and welcome back to a tale that will make you smile and possibly cry. You are familiar with Lean, the charming and lively youngster who captured our hearts together with his parents, Dr. Jin Arnold and Bill Clay, and his younger sister Zoe, if you have followed the story of the young couple. Since his adoption, Will has matured before our own eyes, from China to his amusing on-screen exploits. However, we are not discussing the past today. We are entering the future. In the future, Will Klein, who is now an adult, has a secret romance with the love of his life that results in a lovely marriage. This is the story of Emma and Will Klein, a love tale that seems so authentic and real that you could think it's happening right now. Imagine this. A young man who was influenced by his devoted family, a covert lover named Emma, and a wedding that makes everyone happy, especially Will's sister and dad, who are overjoyed. So gather some Kleenex and a warm blanket, and let's embark on this amazing adventure together. Let us establish the scenario. The client is 25 years old, and the year is 2035. It's been a while since we last saw him on TV as that active child. He's a young man now, with a career, a purpose, and a dream-filled heart. Will has been motivated by his mother, Dr. Jen Arnold. Pursued a career in medicine after her example. Yes, Harvard, after graduating from Harvard Medical School. Will is currently a resident physician at Boston Children's Hospital, a place that is dear to his family because he has always been a bright spark. Working with children who remind him of himself, Will specializes in pediatric care. Kids that have big goals but may feel a little strange. He is loved by his patients. Sophie, a young child, once told him, "You're the best." As his mentor, Dr. Paddle, frequently remarks, Will has a gift. He's not just a doctor. He's a friend to every kid in here. But medicine isn't his whole life. Will is still that family guy we remember. He's incredibly close to his parents Jen and Bill and his sister. "Doctor, because you make me laugh even when I'm scared." Will simply grinned and said, "That's all I ever wanted to do. Make people feel better." "You're still the most awkward big brother ever." Zoe teases him, and Will just smiles. "Yes, but you love me anyway." Life is good for Will. Busy, fulfilling, surrounded by love. On weekends, they frequently spend time together in Boston or back at the family home in Florida. They eat together, tell stories, and laugh about old times, like when Will tried to teach Zoe how to ride a bike and ended up in a bush instead. Will's final year at Harvard Medical School started on a cool autumn evening in 2032. He was 22 years old, focused on his studies, but always willing to give back. That night, he attended a charity gala organized by the school to raise funds for children's healthcare, a cause that struck close to home. Emma, or rather, someone who is about to change everything, has been Will's little secret for a while. There was a lot of conversation, laughter, and the clinking of glasses, but someone special was about to grab Will's attention. Emma, a 23-year-old nursing student who volunteered at the event and was passionate about helping people, had a bright, cheerful energy about her that made everyone feel welcome. Her dark hair was pulled back in a messy bun, and she wore a simple blue dress that matched her lively spirit. Will noticed Emma immediately, setting up items for the silent. Will Klein. "Hi, Emma." "Nice to meet you, Emma." "Hi, Will." "Likewise, let's make this auction a success." "Miss Carter." "Will, this is Emma. She's one of our star volunteers." "Emma, meet Will Klein. He's a medical student here. You two are going to work together to promote the auction. Make it shine." "All right, Miss Carter. When I was younger, my brother broke his leg, so I spent all day playing nurse, bringing him juice, fixing his pillows, and I guess it stuck." "What about you?" "Why medicine?" "Will Clay. My mom is a pediatrician and doctor. I watched how she cared for people, especially children, growing up. It wasn't the work that stood out, but the way they clicked. They started talking, really talking. We'll claim. Made a difference, especially for kids who feel different. Emma, that's beautiful. Will, it's rare to meet someone who gets it, who really cares like that. Hours passed and the event began to wind down, but Will and Emma didn't notice. They talked about everything, their favorite books, their pets, and their future goals. It was one of those rare moments where time just stops. Will took a deep breath, his heart thumping a bit faster, and said, "I've really enjoyed talking with you tonight. Would you, maybe want to grab coffee sometime?" "Emma, I'd love that, Will. Here, let me give you my number." And with that simple exchange, something magical began. That night, a connection was sparked, one that would develop into a love story neither of them could have predicted. Over the next few months, Will and Emma went on to continue their conversation. Their lives naturally intertwined, and it began with that coffee date, just a small cafe near campus where they sat for hours, sipping lattes and laughing over stories they shared, and continued from there. They took long walks in Boston Common, with leaves crunching underfoot in the autumn and snow dusting their coats in the winter. They volunteered together at local shelters, giving out food and blankets, their shared passion for helping others drawing them closer. Emma was in her final year of NU, was buried in med school rotations, but they managed to make it work. Will helped Emma with pharmacology, and Emma tested Will on anatomy during late-night study sessions in the library. Between the textbooks and flashcards, there were silent giggles, moments when their hands touched and lingered just a moment too long, and here's the twist, they kept it all a secret. Well, there was a big reason. His family wasn't just any family. They built their own little world, with secret dates, coded texts, meeting me at the usual spot, which is their favorite bench by the Charles River, and sneaking kisses when he wanted Emma to understand that he didn't want her thrust into that world just yet. He told her that one night without cameras or questions, and Emma understood that she wasn't in it for fame, but had only wanted him. It was difficult, though. There were close calls, such as when a classmate nearly caught them holding hands, or when Will's sister Zoe asked him why he was smiling so much at his phone. "Just a funny meme," he would respond, dismissing it. One evening, as the sun dipped low over the water, they discussed it. "Emma, do you ever consider telling them your family? I mean, well, CLA all the time. I want them to know you, Emma. They'd love you. It's just I want to keep this a secret for a little while longer. Is that okay, Emma?" "More than okay. I'm happy as long as I'm with you." So their secret romance grew, quiet, steady, and stronger every day. They nurtured it for 2 years, navigating the chaos of their careers and the excitement of their secret love. However, Will knew this couldn't be kept a secret forever, so he had a big plan. So, in the summer of 2034, Will and Emma had been together for 2 years, their love growing stronger through every obstacle land. Then came the where and how. Will was 24 now, Emma was 25. He knew she was his forever. He had been planning this for months, making sure every detail was perfect because Emma deserved nothing less. It began with the ring. Will searched for weeks before deciding on a delicate diamond band, which was simple and elegant, just like Emma. He kept it in his sock drawer, checking it every night like a child with a secret treasure. That's where it would happen. On a warm July evening, Will told Emma that he wanted to take her somewhere special. He kept it casual, saying it was just a little getaway, but behind the scenes, he was a mess, his hands shaking as he prepared a picnic, strung up fairy lights, and practiced his lines. When they got there, the sun was just beginning to set, painting the sky in pinks and oranges. "Emma, Will, what's all this?" "It's lovely. Will Klein. Just wanted to make tonight. I've never been so certain of anything as I am of this. Will Klein. Emma, will you marry me? Emma? Oh my God. Will, yes. Yes, of course." They ate, talked, laughed, and everything was normal except for Will's heart racing. Eventually, as the last light went out, He took her hand and got up. Will cleaned. Emma, there's something I need to say. These past 2 years have been the best of my life. You're my best friend, my partner, and the person who makes every day better. Yes, and it felt like the world stopped. They held each other while the lights sparkled around them and the waves crashed softly. It was the perfect moment that they would always remember, but there was still one more step to take, telling the family. A week after the proposal, Will realized that he couldn't keep Emma a secret any longer, especially since she was going to be his wife. He planned a trip home to Florida with Emma in tow, and he was anxious, more anxious than he had been proposing. What if they didn't approve? On a Sunday afternoon, they entered the house. Jin was in the kitchen, Bill was setting the table, and Zoey was sprawled on the couch with her phone. The typical chaos of a Klein family get-together. Jen. Will Klein. You're here. And who's this? Will Klein? Hey, Mom. Everyone, this is Emma. We've got something to tell you. They sat around the dining table, a spread of roast chicken and... So, Emma and I have been together for 2 years. I didn't tell you guys because I wanted to keep it private, you know, with everything from the show, but she's amazing and we're engaged. Zoey, what engaged? Oh my gosh. Jen will? Honey, 2 years. And Emma. Oh, welcome sweetheart. This is what I'm so happy about. Bill Kling, you cunning kid. Emma, you're family now. We're thrilled. Ecstatic. The room burst with happiness. Jen gave Emma a hug so tight she was having trouble breathing. Bill opened a glass of water to toast them, and Zoey insisted on seeing the ring. It's perfect, she said, already preparing to be a bridesmaid. Any worries, Will had melted away. His sister and dad weren't merely pleased, they were ecstatic. Jen Clan, we've been anticipating this day, Will. Emma, thank you, Dr. Arnold. You are everything we could have hoped for him. The secret was out, and the Klein family was getting stronger and happier than ever. With the family's approval, Will and Emma jumped right into wedding planning, wanting something small, intimate, just their closest loved ones in a setting that felt like them. After weeks of searching, they found it, a gorgeous wedding. Meaning, Jin, I'm so happy to be here. That night, they stayed up late, Emma fitting right in as Jin told stories about Will's early years, and Bill joked about teaching him how to dance for the wedding. With meandering pathways, blossoming flowers, and a day's bow that was ideal for bows, Emma and Zoey spent days searching for the dress before Emma settled on a flowing gown with lace sleeves that was both simple and gorgeous. Will opted for a traditional gray suit, making jokes with Bill like, "You'll look better than I did." Handwritten, personalized invitations were sent out, and the date was set for April 2035, when the flowers would be in full bloom. It was busy, but every moment brought them closer, their excitement growing for the day they'd say, "I do." April 12, 2035, dawned bright and clear. The garden was a dream. Petals scattered on the grass, the gazebo draped in white. Deaths trickled in. Friends from school, colleagues, and of course, their pets were honored. They tasted cakes, picked wild flowers for the tables, and even planned a nod to their pets. Little dog-shaped cookies were given as favors because Max and Rocky couldn't make it. Will CLA, Emma, you're my everything. I promise to love you, support you, and make you laugh even when I'm terrible at jokes. Emma, Will, you're my home. I promise to stand by you, to care for you, and to always say yes to coffee. Of course, the Clank family stood at the altar, hands fidgeting until the music began. Then he saw her, Emma, radiant in her gown, walking towards him. His breath caught, tears pricking his eyes. Following a quiet honeymoon in a Vermont cabin, Will and Emma returned to Boston, where they cut the cake, smeared a little on each other, and danced their first dance to Can't Help Falling in Love, Surrounded by Love. They slipped rings on each other's fingers, and when the officer said, "You may kiss," the crowd erupted. It was official. Will and Emma were married. The reception was a joyous occasion, with Jen's speech bringing everyone to tears, Bill's making them laugh, and Zoey leading a The Klein family was ready for their new life and welcomed them with open arms, stronger than ever. With Emma now a part of it, their love, which had previously been a secret, was now a celebration, a testament to patience, trust, and family. More updates. Will Klein and the little couple go all out for a big event? Will Klein 15 sports a mustache, and Will Klein asks fans for help. Why? Will Klein shares the death of my brother? I'll explain everything. Role of the little couple, recently splurged for a special occasion. Is there anything new he did that caught people's attention? Will and Zoey Klein have grown up a lot since the last time viewers saw them on television. Their move from Florida to Boston has gone smoothly, and their fans love hearing about their adventures. Jen Arnold's updates on the family's whereabouts and activities are always appreciated. Will now enjoys many of the same activities as Klein wrote next to a picture of himself, saying, "Sports are very important to Will Klein and the rest of the little couple family, which you could notice about the Arnold/Klein household." Will recently wore flappy boy hoodies to the formal occasion, matching his cousins, and wore his hair down during a Tampa Bay Rays baseball game at Tropicana Field. Having a warm destination like Florida on hand is usually a lifesaver when you live in a frigid climate like Boston. Bill Klein, Zoey Klein, Jen Arnold, and Will Klein all call Florida home, even though they now call Boston their permanent residence. They can visit the beach, avoid the cold, or, more recently, see a baseball game. As it happens, the fun didn't end with Will. Even though they may not have dressed as formally as Will and his relatives, fans of the little couple still enjoy following the family's antics after all these years have passed. Fans appreciate being updated. Although there have been significant changes since they called Boston home, even though it's not the same as before, Jen Arnold and Bill Clay, who were there to enjoy the live baseball games, adrenaline, and atmosphere, got into it. Similar to watching the entire family show, most people are happy that it includes amusing moments like this. The little couple will claim 15 rocks a mustache. Dr. Jennifer Arnold, one of the couple's well-known members, recently shared a video on her social media accounts in which fans watched her son, Will Klein, as he grew up during the family's special celebration. In a similar vein, other fans left touching messages for the family in the comments section. The little couple was on the show from 2009 to 2019. Fans have continued to follow the family on social media even after the original series ended. Neonatalist Dr. Jennifer Arnold and businessman Bill Clay, both of whom suffer from skeletal dysplasia, were introduced to viewers of the TLC series in the special Little People Just Married. The couple had 2 children in 2013. Will, their son, was adopted from China in March, and Zoey, their daughter, was adopted from India the following October. Considerable accomplishment. Jennifer recently shared a video of Will on Instagram to commemorate his 15th birthday. She wrote, "Can you believe you're 15 years old, Will Klein 63? We are incredibly proud of the wonderful, generous, funny, and intelligent young man you have grown into." Zoey said she had captured the happy occasion on camera, but for the part where they were opening presents, fans who have watched Will Grow Older noticed that he had grown a mustache, making him stand out. Fans who follow Jennifer's Instagram account would have noticed this much more because she occasionally posts nostalgic family photos and videos. Many fans wished Will a happy birthday in the comments section, mentioning the passing of time and how they've watched the family change and grow. "I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Will. It's hard to believe you're in 5th grade. I will never forget the overwhelming joy and love I felt when your parents came to get you. Your parents' love has always shone through in my heart. Oh my, even though he's only 15 now, I remember watching him when I was a kid. Wow, time flies. Howdy, William. It's your birthday. Wow, I can still hear him saying cake. I hope you have a very happy birthday, Will. You are growing into an adult. I'm sending best wishes and a warm welcome to your wonderful parents and sister. Is that 15? Wow, this year has gone by so fast. He's grown into such a dashing young man. Cheers to your 15th birthday, Will. I hope you were pampered by Zoey and your parents. What an exciting year ahead, Will. The little couple Will client asks fans for help. Why? Fans of the TLC series, the little couple who have been watching since the beginning, will notice that Will Klein has matured considerably after being adopted from China by Jin Arnold and Bill Klein. To the delight of his devoted fan base, he has matured much over the years. He reached out to followers and asked, "Why am I acting this way?" The little couple family recently traveled to the Big Apple in honor of Will Klein's 14th birthday, which is a popular destination. For Will. Now that Jen Arnold and company are based in Boston, their trip to New York City is considerably shorter. It has been reported that Will had a great time in the city. The teenager is taking many small steps to begin acting more independently, and he recently created his own social media accounts as one way to do so. You can now find Will Klein on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Up until now, following Jen Arnold's social media posts has been the only trustworthy source of information. Source for frequent updates on the little couple's family, even though he is much less active on social media than his wife, Bill Klein, but viewers can still stay up to date on all their happenings thanks to Will's addition, which is especially great since their beloved show is no longer airing. Will Klein's Instagram account has nearly 10,000 followers, despite being active for only a short time, and he recently requested help from his growing fan base. The fans of the little couple have not let Will Klein down, and many commenters have given him sage advice as he contemplates this change. A while back, Will asked his Instagram followers to vote on whether or not his parents should buy him earrings. They could say yes or no. Earrings might be a great way for Will Klein to experiment with his style and show off his distinct personality, which is something he seems interested in doing. Despite the inherent cruelty of social media, Will seems to have found a group of supportive fans. He received some good advice, so it will be interesting to watch if he actually gets earrings. The Lil Klein flourishes at DAA Nationals. Do that until you're satisfied with the style. Then you can ignore the holist forever. Others were quite sympathetic, though some said Will shouldn't have them. One fan even wrote, "Yes, take your point through." Will Klein, who seems to be a son his parents can be proud of despite his few social media gaps, and TLC viewers love him for it. The downtrodden Americans get together for a major convention once a year. The young man and his squad achieved great success, which delighted the little couple supporters. The young man recently made his debut appearance at the Dwarf Athletic Association of America National Games, which she took great pride in sharing on social media. That's exactly what happens. Lila Roloffs, one of the little people, made her football debut this year, and her brother Jackson's team even won some hardware. Will Klein and his sister Zoey attended this year's event, but viewers of 7 Little Johnstons learnt that the Johnston family had chosen not to attend. The news was broken by Anna Johnston, who her fans believe may be emotionally distant from her loved ones. In fact, there are a lot of other little people, and the kids truly love playing the games. Instagram user Jen Arnold shared a highlight reel of her son Will's basketball skills, telling her TLC viewers that this was his first time competing. On the first day of the Little People USA National Conference, the first DA National Games submarine won a silver medal for their exceptional performance. Many viewers expressed gratitude for the instant camaraderie and the joy that the kids get from playing the game. The following are some of the comments left by TLC commenters who were captivated by the reel. Holy cow! Has Will Klein finally matured? How far down the road is he? What a disaster! His maturity is evident. A man's mother. He must be experiencing an incredible rush. That game looks like it was close. Will looks dashing. How much I've missed your show. It looks like Will is rocking it out. The little couple. Well, Klein shares the death of my brother. Will Klein, a member of the little couple, recently shared the news of his brother's passing on social media. What do fans think of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein's eldest son? Jen Arnold's fans have had to rely on her social media accounts for family updates and more. He is extremely focused and driven, which is a sign of an exceptional sportsman. Holy cow! Will looks great and is all grown up now. Time flies, doesn't it? Fans have been able to keep up with all the news since the little couple has been off the air, even though it's not the same as watching the family program on television. Now that he's older, Will Klein has his own social media accounts on sites like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. It seems that his parents decided he was old enough to start posting and expressing himself without going through his mother. Having the go-ahead, he has undoubtedly made the most. After establishing his own social media presence, Will Klein paid heartfelt tribute to Rocky, recalling the happy times they shared together. Will Klein tagged the photos with my brother and shared a brief collage with them. "Your passing is my deepest condolences. You were not deserving of this. I intended to upload this a while ago. I apologize to everyone." In 2022, Will Klein shared a brief photo collage with the assistance of Rocky, the family pet. Bill and Jen's pet store in Houston was named after Rocky, who was a vital part of their lives for a long time, and they will always remember him with fondness. Dead for a while. Will and the rest of the Little Couple family are clearly still grieving his loss. Will did a wonderful thing by creating this touching collage to honor Rocky and keep his memory alive. Some viewers of the Little Couple who haven't been paying attention may not know that Rocky has died. Fans of the tiny pair expressed their sadness and support for Klein's loss in a recent update. "Oh no, please accept my deepest condolences," one user said. "For him, life with you was truly magical. Right now, you have my sincerest sympathies. Know that you are in my prayers and thoughts." Not today. What are your thoughts on today's gossip? Please share your thoughts in the comments section and subscribe to our channel to receive future updates of similar kind.